The advent of technology has brought about many gains in all spheres of life, and the education sector is not taking a back seat. Though some people use the means to engage in social vices, yet there are a number of people like Learner's Corner Hub that are using the benefits to impact knowledge.
Part of the urge to follow the tide, when you are tech savvy, the urge to make quick money may be beckoning. And you know what that means, because you know what it means to be able to manipulate your tech machine and all things in order to deceive, in order to make money drop, what they now call Yahoo Abi. Yeah, it's not just a power of tech that they are taking advantage of. So Julius and you young ones did not follow that part of ignominy. You have realized early enough that the path to success is not straight. It is tortuous, just like Jesus Christ said. He said, broad is the way that leads to destruction, but cramp and winding is the way to everlasting life, which is success, of course, in our own earthly understanding. So for anybody who wants to follow the broad way to attain success, that person has earmarked himself for failure. But you haven't chosen that.
Learner's Corner Hub, formed by a group of young minds, are helping people become educated with the use of technology.
Specifically secondary school, you can do a lot of things. You can go back. We want to help those that even drop out, because we have a lot of people who drop out of school because of money, and they are now doing business. For example, if you go to Alaba Market, you see a lot of young people who left school maybe in GS3 or in SS1 because of financial issues. They can't come back to school, but because almost everyone in Nigeria has a phone, right? We can say that for a fact that a lot of people have phones now. So if I can still sit in my shop and still sell spare part or do other things, and I can still work towards getting my SSC, right? That can help, help a lot of young people who are out there who are still thinking of going back to school, access education. And one of the things we are really focused on is doing it in the Afrocentric way, using the African system. Our cartoons, our interpretations are Afrocentric. Black cartoons, we have our cartoons wearing Ankara and all of that, just to tell the story of the African child. Like, we want to tell our stories by ourselves. And that's why we're excited to also be working with Lagos State on the comprehensive school, because one of the things we're also discussing with them is that we can take as high as 20 students here on internship. They're able to practicalize whatever they are doing.
As the media briefing, speakers hammer on the need to have quality education as it impacts the economy at large.
Education can stimulate economic growth by increasing innovation, productivity, and human capital. Education isn't simply about achieving a higher state of knowledge. It's about equipping our students with the tools they need to go out into the world and shape it for themselves. All of us must be future ready. Even if you have not been abroad before, you have to start opening your mind and imagining yourself in the first class or whatever, going to go and talk, even at the United Nations, because the
energies are tapped into, and that these energies are therefore transformed into tools that will make Lagos State economy and, of course, the Lagos State of Nigeria grow. Now, we realize that over the years, a lot of things have not been working positively in Lagos and, of course, in Nigeria. But our focus on the side of education is to use that power of education to transform other sectors, other areas. We looked at rate of dropout, attrition rate in Lagos State, very high, and that really disturbed us. And what did we do? The commissioner saw a kind of visualized or saw a vision, so to say, that would make these young ones remain in the education system rather than dropping out and eventually becoming nothing. The best that they could turn out to be, permit me to just use this loosely, the best they could turn out to be when they go out there is to go and learn what we call a trade, uncertified trade. And we can't call that skill. If it's not certified, not necessarily being certificated anyway, but to be sure that it is well structured, well laid out, properly dished out, then that cannot be said to be certified. So we now came up with this new idea that we call comprehensive school program in Lagos State. Years back, for those of us, you will know, the generation will know that, the comprehensive school model, whereby in a school, you not only learn conventional subjects, you also learn skills. And that is what we have introduced in Lagos State now. We started in February this year. We started with 12 schools being the pilot stage. And by September, just 6 weeks to come, we are increasing it to 50 schools to cut across Lagos.
On a tour around the facility, it shows that this form of teaching will make learning more interesting and attractive, thus reducing the number of out-of-school children. For Impact Television, I'm Grace Paul Adebayo.